Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, let us discuss in detail about Entner-Deirdre pathway. Simply we call it as ED pathway. This is another pathway that generally takes place in microorganisms as an alternative to glycolysis. This pathway was discovered by Entner and Deirdre in the year 1952. So that is the reason this pathway is so called as Entner-Deirdre pathway. Apart from the glycolysis, this is another pathway which is utilized for the oxidation of glucose to pyruvate. This pathway is generally seen in some gram-negative bacteria like Rhizobium, Pseudomonas, and in Agarobacterium. All these are the gram-negative strains, and this pathway is rarely seen in gram-positive bacteria. See, apart from the glycolysis, this is a pathway which is used for the oxidation of glucose. Most of the bacteria will undergo glycolysis and HMP shunt, but this ED pathway is a substitution where we can see this pathway in some of the gram-negative strains like Rhizobium, Pseudomonas and Agarobacterium, and it is rarely found in some gram-positive bacteria. The two important enzymes of this pathway are 6-phosphogluconate dehydrase and 2-keto-3-deoxyglucose phosphate aldolase. Simply we call it as KGDP aldolase. So these are the two important enzymes of this pathway, and these enzymes are found in the species of Pseudomonas, Rhizobium, Azotobacter, Agarobacterium, Zymomonas, and in several gram-negative bacteria. So all these are the gram-negative bacteria. This pathway is seen in many gram-negative strains and rarely seen in the gram-positive strains. We can say that this pathway is absent in the gram-positive strains. Exception is that the Nocardia isolates and the Enterococcus faecalis, which are the gram-positive strains, will undergo this ED pathway. One of the important difference between the glycolysis and the ED pathway is, in glycolysis we get 2 ATP molecules after the oxidation of glucose, but here only one ATP molecule is produced after the oxidation of one glucose molecule. So EMP pathway, which stands for Embden-Meyerhof pathway, which is also called as glycolysis, is more efficient compared to this ED pathway. Coming to the steps involved in this pathway, glucose is converted to glucose 6-phosphate. Glucose is phosphorylated by ATP by the action of an enzyme called hexokinase. So here what the ATP is going to do, it is going to transfer one phosphate group. After the transfer of phosphate group, it becomes ADP, and that phosphate group is added to glucose, forming glucose 6-phosphate. So what is the enzyme responsible here for the conversion of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate? Glucokinase or hexokinase. This so formed glucose 6-phosphate is again converted to 6-phosphogluconolactone, which is again a 6-carbon compound by the action of an enzyme called glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase. This 6-phosphogluconolactone is immediately hydrolyzed to form 6-phosphogluconate by the action of an enzyme called gluconolactonase. This so formed 6-phosphogluconate will again undergo hydrolysis by the action of an enzyme called 6-phosphogluconate dehydratase, giving rise to a compound called 2-keto-3-deoxy-6-phosphogluconate. Simply we call it as KDPG. This KDPG is now cleaved by an enzyme called aldolase, giving rise to two compounds, that is pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound, and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which is again a 3-carbon compound. So this 6-carbon compound is split into two 3-carbon compounds, that is pyruvate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate by the enzyme aldolase. This glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is a high energy compound where we can see the formation of this compound in glycolysis, right? So this glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate can participate in glycolysis, giving rise to a 3-carbon compound, that is pyruvic acid. In glycolysis we get 2 ATP molecules, right? But here we get only 1 ATP molecule. So if we compare both of these pathways, EMP pathway is more efficient compared to this pathway. But there is one importance with this pathway, that is it involves in the synthesis of pentose precursors, leading to the synthesis of pyridine and pyrimidine, as well as the biosynthesis of aromatic amino acids by a reverse HMP shunt. What are the aromatic amino acids? Phenylalanine, tyrosine and tryptophan. Those aromatic amino acids can be synthesized with the help of these pentose precursors. Now let's see how these pentose precursors are synthesized. This compound KDPG, which stands for 2-keto-3-deoxy-6-phosphogluconate, is acted upon by an enzyme called KDPG aldolase. So this compound is split into 2 compounds of pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon compound, and the another 3-carbon compound, that is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. We have already discussed earlier, right? This so formed glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will condense with fructose 6-phosphate. So how many carbon compounds does a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate will have? It is a 3-carbon compound, and fructose 6-phosphate is a 6-carbon compound. When they both combine with each other, they give rise to 2 compounds, that is erythrose 4-phosphate and xylulose 5-phosphate. This reaction is catalyzed by an enzyme called transketolase. Now this xylulose 5-phosphate is converted to ribulose 5-phosphate by the action of an enzyme called ribulose phosphate 3 epimerase. This erythrose 4-phosphate and fructose 6-phosphate will undergo the catalytic action by this enzyme transaldolase, giving rise to pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Now the second transketolase enzyme, earlier we have seen the action of enzyme here, right? So this transketolase will form erythrose 4-phosphate and xylulose 5-phosphate, right? Again, the second transketolase enzyme will catalyze the formation of xylulose 5-phosphate and ribose 5-phosphate from these 2 compounds, that is pseudoheptulose 7-phosphate and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Hope you are clear how these pentoses are formed, right? See here, this ribose 5-phosphate, which is a pentose, right? So these are the some of the pentose precursors that are formed by this Entner-Dyatlov pathway by a reverse HMP shunt. This is all about the ED pathway that takes place in microorganisms as a substitute to the glycolysis pathway. Hope it is clear to you. Soon I'll come up with my next video. Thank you so much.